Hello, world. Welcome to episode 33. This is going to be another 5-minute finance talk today for the 39.6 Facebook Live show. Today's topic, how I paid off a car in 1 month and how you can too. All right, world. So there are so many of these videos and catchy blog posts about how I paid off debt in X amount of time. So I figured I would do one. So we've been looking for a car for a long time and finally bit the bullet and got a good deal, which we were very happy with. They had just lowered the price and I was able to snag it before anybody else did. We got ourselves a 2019 certified pre-owned Subaru Ascent premium trim for $28,423. So with 11,000 miles. So I picked it up this morning. Actually, I just went there this morning, hoping it would be there. Started driving there so that we would get there basically soon when they opened, and called them en route. They still had it, luckily. I think the price might have gone down 2 days ago or so. I don't know exactly when, but it was very recent. And often these cars, when they get to that much of a discount, are gone within a day. So I was lucky it was still there. Got there and checked it out. Everything looked great, and it was certified pre-owned. And it checked off all of the important boxes that we wanted. The one thing that that trim level doesn't come with standard is rear automatic braking, but that option was included. So it was a go. So decided to pick up the car. We negotiated a few things. They said they'd throw in these add-ins, and then when it came down to it, I wanted to pay cash, and they basically retracted their offer. We had already agreed on price and everything in terms of what they were going to include, had it all written down, signed off by me, the manager, blah, blah, blah. And I was doing this all from outside the store from the car. And the guy was going back and forth. But he said, well, actually, we can't do this anymore if you're going to pay in cash, which I had never agreed to finance it in the first place. So anyhow, wasn't very happy about that. But they did honor the price that was advertised, which pretty much they really have to do, right? So they honored that price, took out everything else they were going to give me, which was not much. And I had already agreed to paying a certain amount on a credit card. I asked how much. He said $3,000. I said $5,000, which I've done before. And he said, okay. And then he said, how are you paying for the rest of it? I said, with a check. He said, like a bank loan check. No, I said with a check. And I've actually never bought a car in cash, but I thought that they might make me run to the bank to pick up like a cashier's check or a bank check, which is what people do when they're buying like houses at auction. But they were actually okay with a personal check, and they didn't even make me wait for it to clear. I was just going to say, you know what, if you need me to get a bank check, and it's Saturday, it's past 1 o'clock, why don't you just take the check, let it clear, and I'll come back in a few days? But they didn't have a problem with that. So I paid $5,000 on my Amex Plaid because hashtag membership rewards points, right? And the rest of it, I paid with a check from my Vanguard brokerage account. So yeah, so it ended up being like just over $30,000. Actually, as a certified pre-owned, they had an offer for $395 for an additional, for an extended bumper-to-bumper warranty. I usually say no to every single add-on they want to throw on because they usually just have super high margins. But $395 for a 7-year bumper-to-bumper warranty from today forward up to an odometer reading of 100,000 miles, that was unbelievable. And that's an incredible price. That's definitely not making them money. So I took that. So we have a bumper to bumper and powertrain warranty for 7 years from today, 100,000 miles. on a car that met all of our needs. We really wanted to get an 8-seater with a bench in the middle, because then you can put 2 car seats together and have somebody sit in the third spot. So you can be next to your 2 kids if they're in car seats and ours are rear facing, and also be able to access the third row. We tried out so many cars, and A lot of them, it was very difficult to have two rear-facing car seats and access the third row. But this car actually, it was feasible without having to take the car seats out. So we were really happy with this. Financially, I really wanted to get a Telluride because the demand of it's so high and they're not depreciating. And the new 2021s are coming out, and I could have gotten basically one at sticker price if wait on a list and get one. And after a year, it would still be worth the same because they're selling last year's cars with a year worth of miles for the sticker price at this time. So, but this is still an excellent purchase for us, and it met our needs. And when it comes to taking care of your kids, that is something you cannot put a price on. So we were very, very happy with that. And I get to check off one more thing from White Coat Investor's list. He has a list of 14 things, 14 financial milestones. And one of those is to pay for a car in cash. I actually did this with my very first car. I paid $1,000 in cash for my first car when I was 16. Then I had not done that for many years. And 20 plus years later, I did it again. Technically, I did it with a credit card for $5,000, but I already paid that $5,000 from my checking account to my Amex Plaid today. So it's paid off. So there you go. And so we've already accomplished numbers 1 through, I think that, let's see, what number was that for him? That's number 7 on his list, White Coat Investor, 14 financial milestones. So yeah, we've done all 1 through 10 now, with exception of our student loans that hasn't been taken care of. Although we could, if we want to, pay that all off with a check, but we just have not yet. Okay, that was another 7-minute episode. Not quite 5 minutes. I'll get down to 5 the next time around. Until then, have a great Saturday. Invite your friends and help us hit 500 people in this group. Have a good one.